Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hey, it's Robert J. Moore, Next Level. How you doing? I'm Robert J. Moore, Next Level Coaching. I just want to talk to you this week about some stuff that just on my mind and some of the stuff I've been working with a lot of people lately. And it seems like they're really not taking care of themselves, but they expect their business to run well. I fell into that category years ago too, and sometimes I do it still. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I do a lot of different things, and sometimes it overwhelms me, and I have to step back and relook at things. But you need to really look at why it's important to get the extra sleep, why it's important to get the nutrients, why is it important? Like, I'm not a health expert, don't get me wrong. I'll never want to be one. I just not my thing. I'm a high-end coach. I help people build their businesses, get up to that next level. The reason why I named it Next Level Coaching. Make sure you got lots of water in summertime. Make sure you got the food you need to keep you going. Don't work the extra long hours. I might work 15 hours a day, but I'm so used to it now over the years. And I do take breaks in between. So I might take a Sunday off and just basically sleep all day because I'm burnt out. You know what I mean? But I lower the time now to say 10 hours or 8 hours and then make time for the family. The reason why is because it allows you to digest everything. When you're digesting everything that's going on, especially when you're dealing with some high-end clients or dealing with sometimes clients aren't very nice. Sometimes other people that come in and you're dealing with them, they're a little irate about different things because they had other people treat them wrong. Now they're taking that out on you. So you can't control what other people do. You can't. So I just basically look at it and say, listen, you know what? I understand you're going through stuff. Let's see what we could do to put a solution to that problem. And that's one of the biggest things right there. Put a solution to a person's problem. When I work with you one-on-one, you're going to tell me, okay, well, listen, I want more leads. I want to be more recognized. I want more credibility. I want this. I want that. Or I want to figure out a way to build the program. I got a solution for you. That's not a problem. That's easy stuff. I stick to my expertise, and a lot of people, well, they're dying for money. A lot of people want the extra money, but they'll go outside their expertise. So I used to be a drug and alcohol counselor, so hypothetically say I'm doing a high-end coaching now, and someone comes up and says, oh, can you help me? I really need help with my drug and alcohol counseling. I'm a bit of an alcoholic or something like that, and they're always in denial part. You know how you said a bit of an alcoholic? They always put themselves in a category where they don't believe themselves to be an alcoholic. What they do believe is that they have a problem and they're going to ask about the problem. Or they'll sit there and say, my friend is an alcoholic. What could he do with this situation or that situation? But they won't sit there and say themselves. So I won't help other people outside my expertise anymore. I quit doing that like 10, 15 years ago. The reason for that is because I'm known for, helping people out, high-end coaches, helping people build their businesses, helping people build their foundation, their structure, and doing AI work, automation and stuff like that. I'm not known for coaching people with alcohol and drugs anymore, counseling as you can call it, or doing therapy work. I've done all that in the past. I'm not into that no more. So it's just, I mean, yeah, I can deal with emotions. But the thing is, I care more about your business than your emotions. But if you are offended with emotions, I mean, we'll let you digest them, let you come back, we'll talk about them, and I'll let you know that your business doesn't run on emotions. So basically what happens is when you let your emotions take over, you're letting them take over your business, which is totally wrong. Because now you're feeling like, oh, it should be done this way. Oh, it should be done that way. If I've already made it, if I've already been guided to this point by other people, and I'm sharing that expertise to you, and if you're saying it's not going to get you there, but your way didn't work, why wouldn't my way work? That's the question I ask people. So, but don't always go to these other people either. Don't go to people that are uneducated to educate you. I've been there many times. I used to go to people that think they were, oh, I'm very qualified in this area. How? You're drug and alcohol. When I was going through drug and alcohol counseling, I was doing the course. Oh, I was an alcoholic for so many years. I know all about that. They really didn't. I thought the same thing. I thought when I put myself into drug and alcohol counseling certification program, I thought it was going to be a breeze. I didn't know you had to learn all the concepts of the brain. I didn't know you had to learn the body language. I didn't know you had to learn all these different things, the pharmacology. I didn't know you had to learn all that. And it was like, wow, that's weird. It was harder than I thought. And it was cool. It was cool. It was harder. It was cool, but I liked it. Now, another thing. Where do you want to be in your business? Do you actually want to be at a certain level? So what are you doing to get there? Are you mind mapping? And what do I mean by mind mapping? So hypothetically, when I first started out, I got Tony Robbins here and I got myself here. Now, I put him in the me and him in the middle, like on each of them. And then I looked at, okay, who does he serve? What does he serve? What type of people? Where does he serve? How does he serve? I look at all these different mind maps that is going on with him. And I go there and I look at, okay, how does he market it? What does he wear? He always wears black. Why does he always wear black? And so people don't recognize him. They look at the speech, listen to the speech he's talking. When you look at the black, someone wearing black all the time, you won't really notice them. You'll notice the speeching and that. So how many people does he attract? What kind of services does he offer? He really only has like 12, 13 services that he just mixes up all the time. I'm going to talk this one, this one, this one all the time. And if you look at it, how do I relate to it? How do I relate to, okay, he does marketing. I like marketing. He does therapy work without being a therapist. I've been doing that. I've got studies and all that in for that to be registered. And I was registered for 15 years. Then you look at, okay, well, he wants to be seen in this area. And I did too. So it's all mind mapping. So you mind map it. And then you sit there and say, okay, well, what can I do now to get there? Right? So you have to sit there and possibly take one of his courses to see how he puts things through, or go to an event that he does, and see how it's run, or watch it on YouTube if you have to. Sometimes watching on YouTube, you can get a better perspective too, but you won't really see how the room's laid out if you want to do an event. I've done a lot of events. I've done a lot of studies. I studied 42 of the top achievers to be where I'm at today. Now, what do I mean by that is not all of them are alive. Some of them are deceased. Some of them actually only have programs out there you can actually take, like Jim Rohn. I can't talk to him personally, but I could talk to his business partner, Kyle Wilson, right? And take his courses that actually reflect on Jim Rohn. So there's one way I could do it. So I could sit there and say, hey, I've studied Jim Rohn and Kyle Wilson because they were business partners. And I'm learning from the same concept. Stuff like that. So don't overwhelm yourself, though. Here's the thing. People want to figure out where they fit in. Doing the mind mapping helps quite a bit. But also, you have to do 15 points. Do 15 points on the paper of your priorities. Look at those priorities. I guarantee you the top 5 usually aren't where they're supposed to be. Usually aren't where they're supposed to be. I went through this with Eric Thomas before, and I couldn't believe when I did this. It was quite an eye-opener. I put 15 things down that have to do, represent that I wanted to see happen, or that I thought were my priorities. And I had them all mixed up. If you work with me, I'll be able to explain that a little further and be able to move that a little bit more closer to your dear heart, because it really has nothing to do with the way it sounds. It has to do with the way you act, behave, and your behavior towards that stuff. And, like if you're sitting there focusing on money, well, I hate to tell you this, but you're always going to stay broke. If you focus on a passion, you're going to make money. And the reason why is because you're not looking at focusing, I got to pay the bills, I got to do this, I got that. You're not stressed out as much. What you're doing is you're allowing yourself to openly help other people. If it's helping people, your passion, helping people, you don't have to be certified in the area you're teaching. You just have to have the knowledge or the expertise in there. So maybe it's something that you went through in your life you want to overcome and help women out. So you're another woman, you want to help her out with grieving or something. Or say you're a woman, you want to help her out with different women areas. Or say you're a man, you want to help out women or men in different areas. You just got to learn what you've been through and your expertise are. So me, personally, even if I didn't have any of the education I had, and I actually wanted to help people out with grieving or something, I've been through that. I can put empathy out there and sympathy out there for these people. But be careful how you do it. Empathy is one thing and sympathy is another. You don't want to take away their emotions and put them on you and then tell them it's okay. No. I want them to own their own emotions, digest them, and then be able to move forward, because otherwise they're not going to learn anything. So one of the biggest things I'm going to teach you today is I want you to move forward. I want you to look at the situation you're in right now and ask yourself, what can you do differently in your business in order to move forward? I usually tell people to go outside the box. Don't tell people what you're doing. Go outside the box. Maybe add a little AI in there. You know what I mean? Like I did, I added AI in mine and do automation. All the postings I do, I don't have to really worry about them. They just get posted every 4 or 5 hours now, which is a beautiful thing, because who wants to every 4 or 5 hours go do a different posting? Oh, what am I going to write about? What am I going to do this? What am I going to do that? Well, I put 30, 40 things on a piece of paper that I need to put, different links in that I've written, and AI chooses it up, mixes it all up, and puts an article out there for me, which is amazing. If you want to learn that kind of stuff too, please get a hold of me. It's really easy to do, but there's a concept that if you don't do it the right way, you're not gonna be able to do it right. Now, I'm not going to tell you it's expensive, because it's not. If you hire someone to do all your postings later on, I'm not saying don't. I'm not trying to overcome anybody else's job. For me, I'm saying that if I hired someone else to do that job, it cost me thousands of dollars, either a month or several months or whatever, thousands and thousands of dollars. With the AI tool, since June 6th, I've only put in $10, $20, I think. To this day, still got like $12 left in there. So it's really not that expensive. It's just you have to set it up the proper way. It's very time consuming, and it's a lot of stuff involved in it, but it's well worth at the end to get you out there more. So it's one way to look at things, but go back to the mind mapping, man. You need to understand where you are. And here's another thing. A lot of people say, well, hey, I got a psychology degree, so maybe I'll talk about psychology. Nobody wants to hear that, man. Nobody wants to hear that. I'll tell you why. I got psychology. I got a BA in psychology and a master's in psychology. Nobody wants to hear that. Utilize them skills, though. Utilize those skills to find out what people really want. Go online, do a survey. Find out what the people want. Let them build the program for you and with you. So I do a program right now where I invite people in once a year, do a year program. We build a program together. I utilize it in everybody else's programs that they have in their business, so that way they get ahead of the game too as well. And then I implement it in mine, and we call it something, and then once a year they get certified for that at the end. So I certify them, I give them a certification plus an award at the end, and they work with me as a group, so they can ask me questions, we could work things through, we could say, hey, if this don't work, let's try this. So we work together on that. Now, if you want to work one-on-one with me, that's a whole new schedule. Get a hold of me, find out. You can always go on my website anyways, nextlevelcoachinginc.com. That's not a problem, but it's not about, hey, listen, I'm trying to lure you in to work with me. No, it's not about that. I'm trying to tell you different ways people are doing things. Not only that, I see a lot of people that go to this event, they go to this event, they go to this event, they go to this event. Two main reasons why people do that. One, they want to be recognized by all these different people. Like they're doing like the best they can. Sometimes they lie and say, oh, I'm doing better than what I'm doing. And people really think I'm doing amazing work. And it's all in your own head. Or you can go to them and not sure where you want to be. And you're trying to find yourself. Oh, I need this. Oh, I need this. Oh, he's coming to town. I got to be there. Oh, he's coming to town. I need to learn this. So now you're learning 14, 15 different things, if not 4 or 5 different things. And you don't know where you are because you're all lost. You're scrambled. So what you need to do is you find you. You need to find your passion. You need to learn to adapt to what is going to be happening in your life and how you can help people. And the only way really you're going to learn that is do some things on Facebook, LinkedIn, or whatever social media you're on. Do a survey. Do a survey. Say, listen, my coach tells me, or not even start off with my coach. You can sit there and say, I got some really good ideas. I've been struggling to talk to you guys about, put a scenario out there and say, hey, listen, what would you guys do in a scenario like this? Give them 3 different options. Or you could sit there and say something on the lines of, hey, listen, if you were working with this, and this isn't a scenario, this is a straightforward conversation, this one. Then put A, B, C. What would you choose? Or would you rather choose to work with on situations and put 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 2, 6. It depends how many things you want to put down there. Normally, I'd put 3. 3 questions. Don't go any more than the 3 questions. The reason why you don't want to confuse people. Put the surveys out there, man. Let them answer it. Let the people out there help build things with you. Then at the end, say, listen, I'm building a program. Would you like to help build it with me? Now, they could pay you a certain amount of money to jump in on that. Or if you feel you want to do it for free to build them up, that's great. That's good credibility. So there's credibility online and offline. That's one of the huge things that people don't understand. So if I'm offline, that's what I was talking about, all the events you go to. You can be credibility in all these different events, face-to-face, talk-to-talk, right? Now, if you're online, you got credibility online. You get to see in different events. You get to be heard. You get when you Google you get to show it up quite a bit, and all these different things, which is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So I want you to understand where you're coming from, and don't stop learning. Don't stop learning at all, because when you stop learning, it becomes a problem. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room and think you know it all, and all of a sudden you get kicked out of that room. I don't know it all. I went to from the bottom to the top. I let that business go to be in this business to show people that you can go from the bottom to the top again by utilizing other people and bringing other people with you. So this is the main thing I do. I love upbranding people. I love bringing people with me. I love teaching people their pockets in their business that they need to really look at. And I never give them I give them my expertise, but I never give them my thought, my biases, and say, oh, no, you're doing it wrong. You got to do it this way. It's not my business. It's not my vision. I don't do that. What I do is I say, okay, this is your vision where you want to be. How can we have a solution to get there? Our solution would be, I'll give you 5 different scenarios. You pick one. And then when you say, okay, that one sounds great, so let's work on that. You know what I mean? Maybe you want more time for yourself. Maybe you want to be more hands-on. Maybe you want to be more hands-off. I don't know. Maybe you want to hire other people to fill in those blanks. Maybe you just want to start on with leads. I don't know. We have to work together in order to find out. Never going to do it as if we're sitting there going around in circles and that. So I get right to the point, and I tell people, like, I'm a straight shooter. So I will tell you exactly what I think. And a lot of times that offends people because they're not used to hearing that. Well, like I said before, I care about your business, not your emotions. Your emotions get in the way. But one of the biggest things I love to see is people smile, understand, and grow their business. I get nominated for a lot of different awards. And if I nominate someone like yourself, I can guarantee I studied you. I can guarantee I know what your business is about. I can guarantee I'm not going to put my name on something that is going to be BS. So if I'm nominating someone, you can rest and be sure they're doing well. Because I'm not going to nominate someone if they're not doing well. There's no need for that. I can't bring my credibility down. You could build your credibility up. Take 10 years, 5 years, a year, whatever you want to build it up. You could break it, and you can have it gone within seconds. So I want you to know that. I want you to know it's okay to not know something. But don't ruin your credibility. Let other people tell you where they are in life. Do surveys, do mind mapping, and focus on what you really think would help them. But don't go out of your expertise. Stick with your expertise. If you're certified, that's great. If you're not certified, that's great, but you still have expertise. You wouldn't be working in that field otherwise. If you work with men, women, both, whatever. Doesn't matter. But you need to understand, stick in your realm. Stick on that tunnel. You could build it later, like hypothetically. So say next level coaching. Now that's obviously coaching. Later on, I could say, something else, because that's the umbrella name. So below that, I can go out there and do speaking engagements under a different name. So I could separate the different programs I do. But you have to have that umbrella name. That makes sense. First, you don't work on 5 different things underneath the umbrella name right away. Always do one. Get to be known for that one. So hypothetically, mine would be high-end coaching. So it would be, okay, I get to be known with that. Now I can sprout out and say, okay, now I'm doing this. I'm doing events online. Who wants to take participation in that? Blah, blah, blah. Or I'm doing a book. Who wants to be in that? And you could actually move it around a bit. But get noticed for the one thing first. Don't mess around with that, because a lot of people do that. And people sit there and say, okay, well, what are they talking about? Like, what do they do for a living? I haven't caught that. And then when they tell them, they'll sit there and say, well, I thought you were doing this, because you're scattered. That's why I say get recognized for the one thing. Then you can put new programs out there, introduce them. It doesn't confuse people that way. It's a lot easier to do. I like it, and it's a lot easier to do. It's the way I've noticed it and the way I was taught. So hopefully this stuff here helps you and makes you move forward. So sorry it's a little short today for talking. But I just wanted to get a little few things off my chest, and wish you guys a beautiful week. Hopefully I see you guys again next week. And hey, why not? Keep on trucking, keep on moving, keep on working hard, guys and ladies. You know what? I see a lot of positive things out there. I get to meet a lot of new people, and I'm doing fantastic myself. I mean, I'm taking a course right now. We Think and Grow Rich. Costs a lot of money, but it's not about the money. It's about the knowledge I get out of it, and learning me and learning the stuff I need to learn to help my students out, help my clients out to grow too. So I'm also taking other courses too, like AI courses, being certified in that. I'm also taking millionaire courses right now. I'm also doing like different online ones, speaking at engagements, doing this, doing that. The reason why I do all that is, like I said, I don't want to be the smartest person in the room, but not only that, I'm trying not to let my students pass me. So if I'm upgrading myself and training them below me or even at the same level as me, I I never want to say I'm above anybody. I always want to say I like to teach them stuff that they don't know yet, but because they can always teach me stuff I don't know yet. So you can never sit there and say you're above them. They're at the same level. They just want the knowledge of that area, which you have. It's called a solution to the problem, which is perfect. Call to action, same thing. So, but anyways, cheers, everybody. I want to say love you, respect, and keep the faith.